What's up, guys? It's Bolt, and I'm back with another Remnant 2 build guide. And before we start, yes, I know you're gonna say clickbait thumbnail. That is a joke. This is a joke thumbnail, guys. It's an inside joke with me and the buddies on Discord, and my boy Tragic from Gunfire Games. Shout out to him. So it's just a joke. Don't take this literally. Those who are in my Discord know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is a 2-for-1 special video. We got two different builds for the Corrupted Savior, which is a very versatile weapon. The more I use it, the more I'm falling in love with it. I think when we do another tier list, me and my boy Femetto, I think we might be able to put this in S tier because it's just so versatile. Great at range builds, great at mod builds. And this right here, we're starting off with a nice range build, a devoured loot build. We have a Gunslinger started in first and Challenger slotted in second. We want the Gunslinger Prime perk to reload our weapons with the Bullet Storm skill, increases our fire rate, reload speed. We have the Rampage skill for the Challenger. Again, the damage, reload speed, fire rate, all that good stuff goes very well with the Corrupted Savior and with the Devour Loop because we want to pump those bullets out as fast as possible with the highest crit chance we can have to ensure that we have our skills up all of the time. And let me tell you something. With this build, I am very reliably having my skills up pretty much all of the time. So it's really nice to have. I have Abrasive Whetstone, King of Amulets right here. If you don't like using Pipe Bombs or Twisting Wounds, you can slide this out for Nightweaver's Grudge. And I would use the Tranquil Heart and Atonement Fold if you are going to go that route. Kari Warband for crit chance and crit damage. Devour Loop, star of the show. Get our skills up all the time. Crit chance is really high, so we have Probability Cord. Zania's Malice for that weak spot damage, but again, if you're going with the Atonement Fold, which you can't swap out for this, use the Tranquil Heart. We are using the Large Heart, one of my favorite hearts for range builds, because of the quick use speed that it has, the healing, and the Relic perk for the Gunslinger. Sometimes I don't want to reload. If my skills are not procced, I want to be able to reload my weapon. I use the Relic perk. We have the weak spot, critical damage, and fire rate. Fragments on there. Feel free to put a critical chance if you feel like the 85% chance that I have on this is too low for you. 85% seems more than enough to me. I feel like a little bit more would be overkill, so I slotted in a little bit more damage, and I'm still proccing the skills reliably, Devour Loop skills reliably on this build. Savior has the momentum for the crit chance and crit damage. We have the Twisting Wounds on the MP60. Feel free to use the Tech 22 if you don't like the MP60, but you do want a fast fire rate weapon for the Devour Loop. I have Tremor on here. I also like to use Fargazer against solo enemies. Tremor I like to use against enemies that have ads or ad clearing or anything like that. Krellex we have on here for the Tainted Blade Mutator. We want to throw that out at the boss of the enemy to lower their resistances by 10%, get more damage out of it. And then as far as armor is concerned, I like to use what looks cool. I think this armor set right here looks cool for the Savior weapon, but feel free to swap that out. We are taking 10% more damage from the Devour Loop, so we are a little squishy here. So if you want a little... Actually, I like 45%. I think that's good, but if you want more damage, feel free to use the Bruiser set, which will give you higher, like around 50%, and you'll still be at medium roll. Traits for this build are Ammo Reserves and Strong Bag for the respective archetypes, Fortify for tankiness, Swiftness for movement speed, Affliction to keep that bleed on longer, and the Corrosion longer. Vigor, obviously Spirit, because we want to charge up our Tremor or our Fargazer. Handling for spread reduction and recoil. Footwork to move while we're aiming. Bark Skin because we need to compensate from the Devour Loop, but this is also good. You could also use like Amplitude or something if you're going with Tremor, which is also another good one to go. And then a couple of points in Endurance and Recovery just for quality of life stuff. You don't want to get killed by Stamina. So that is the range build, very strong. Probably my favorite Dev Loop build so far. I do like the Havoc for one, but this one is very close second. Or tied, because Corrupted Savior is just so much fun to use. But on to the mod build. Alright, so on to the mod version of the build. We have Archon slotted in first with the new buffed Chaos Gate. This is where a lot of our damage and our mod gen is going to come from. You want to stand in this as much as you can. Next up, we have the Ritualist slotted in second with the Miasma. This is going to help us with our mod generation as well, putting those dots on the enemy. Plus, it's going to give us the maximum stacks for the Ahane Crystal, which is one of the strongest rings of the game, or if not the strongest ring. I have the Abrasive Whetstone on here again, but feel free to use the Nightweaver's Grudge because we are using Atonement Fold and the Tranquil Heart on this build. We want to crit stack even more so on this build because we want the mod to crit. We need that high crit chance to make this sure that this mod crits, because if it does, you got to do some massive damage as seen in this video. Cool thing about this weapon is that it can also hit weak spots, the mod. So if you do not want to use Burden of the Gambler, you're fighting a weak spot boss, then feel free to swap this out for Ring of Flawed Beauty or Xania's Malice, because I've hit weak spot crits for like 20k with this weapon. It's crazy. It's so strong. A lot of fun to use. So for this one, we have the feedback mutator on the Corrupted Savior. This is going to help us regain like 3 or 4 charges instantly after using it, especially if you crit. Then you just have to fire a couple of bullets and you'll be at 5 again to spam it. Again, you need to stand in the Chaos Gate. This is what this build is about, standing in that Chaos Gate. So you will be taking a lot of damage in this, so just be mindful of that. We have the Prophecy Mutator on our MP60. Now, I know the Prophecy Mutator is bugged. The level 10 version does work for both weapons, so it reduces the mod requirement for the Corrupted Savior. I did recommend Tragic to keep this bug. I think it's good for the game as it allows more spammability. So let's see if they do keep it. But if they don't, you can slot that in for Harmonizer. And again, I have Fargazer on there because I'm aiming with the Corrupted Savior all the time. But if you want, add another Fire and Forget mod on there, like something like Nebula, Nanoswarm, something like that. Or a crowd control mod of your choice. Krellex has the same thing. Tranquil Heart is going to have the skill duration, which is important because we want the Chaos Gate to last a little bit longer, as long as we can. So you want to be able to stand in that for as long as you can. That's very important. Then we have the mod damage and the mod cost. And then as far as armor is concerned, guys, yes, you can use it whatever you want. Again, I like this, what this looks like for with the weapon. Flashcaster and Affliction are the respective archetype traits. We have Fortify for defense, Swiftness for movement speed, Triage and Regrowth with the Tranquil Heart for that quick healing. We have Vigor, obviously Spirit, because we want to get that mod gen going. Expertise for the Miasma. Amplitude for both Miasma and, most importantly, Chaos Gate. We want to stand in there all the time, guys. I cannot stress that enough. And then a few points in Endurance and Recovery. But again, allocate these as you see fit. I just recommend Amplitude as one of the must-haves for this one because, again, Chaos Gate. But that sums up both builds. Let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know your preferred way of playing with the new Corrupted Savior. It's probably one of my favorite new Corrupted weapons. Glad they brought it back. And it's way better than it was in Remnant 1. So I'm glad they gave it some love. It's about time. Savior is a good weapon. And probably S tier. It's very versatile. A lot of fun. You can do a lot with it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like. Please consider giving me a subscription if you haven't already. Share it. And, of course, drop your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about everything here. And, again, guys, yes, clickbait title, quote-unquote. I mean, although this is probably one of the best weapons now, it was just for fun. It's for laughs. Don't take me seriously, guys, please. That's about it, guys, and I'll catch everyone on the next one.